have 3 different hats, don't worry.
I just bought a few.
About 3 different ones too.
I know, right.
Can we go yet? Okay, we'll come to order. Pledge allegiance to the
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
To remind you of the classroom, we wanted to make you feel at home. You all had a chance to read the minutes, so I need a motion then to approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Need a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, then it takes us down to, we need a motion to donate $3,500 to the fire company from the ARPA funds. And you all know about that. We've already discussed that with them. So I need a motion to donate $3,500.
I'll motion that.
Need a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you.
then, you're welcome. Then we're down to the storm drain maintenance. We also want to make a motion to use the remaining ARPA money to fix storm drains, which are in bad shape, real bad shape. And you see that in many places, the storm drains don't work at all, so it runs down alongside of the road and it's undercutting the blacktop. Now, one of the places Mike would like to do, also there's holes at 2 different intersections. You know, that right now they're the size of a softball, but if you look at one, the depression around it is the size of a basketball. So one of the places Mike would like to put a storm drain, his estimated cost is $1,000. So it's coming down Haggerty Street is dirt, and when it gets past Forest, I believe it's called Laurel Street.
It is Laurel Street.
Yeah, so right in there, and you can also see the damage that's happening to the blacktop, to the pavement. So we thought, for one, it would prevent the water from running all the way down. It goes down, it makes it down to the bridge that we were talking about fixing. So if we can reduce the amount of water up higher, there'll be less to deal with later on. So I'd like to get a motion to fix that. Where the $1,000 comes from, he has to buy a catch basin. I think it's only going to be a smaller one, so it'll be around $650. Then we would hire the same guy that did the cross drains here, because we like his work. What is his last? Kirk McCullough. Yeah, so we thought, so we're estimating his hourly wage. We're estimating this whole thing to be $1,000. So I don't know if we had a chance, if we talked about that or not, but I think we may have, right? So I would need a motion to do, I guess that's Laurel Street, cross drain at Laurel Street for $1,000. And I won't keep you all waiting too long, by the way. There's some stuff that will answer your questions before you ask, hopefully. Anyway, sorry. Need a
I'll make a motion.
motion to do Laurel, the
Do
cross drain
the
at Laurel.
cross drain.
Need a second?
I'll make a second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, then he has one more. This would be from that alley where Kevin lives on down. What alley?
Lumber Alley?
Lumber Alley, yes, down to Railroad Street. That's approximately 200 feet. That storm drain does not work at all. And what we figured out there, at the very best, it would be terracotta pipe under there, in which case the trees, the limbs, the roots would be in the pipe, and the pipes get shifted around as the trees get bigger. So we thought, let's just replace it. Let's just do that. And it's the same deal if you go down, is that Walnut Street? Where that is, yeah, so it's down Walnut Street, and you'll see the same thing. The water now doesn't go through the storm drains, it runs down the side, right down the street, and it is undercutting the pavement on the left-hand side. So we thought, now here's the problem here. Getting this pipe, for one, the price, like everything else, has gone up quite a bit. And if you can get it at all, you're fortunate. They're saying it's probably going to take between 90 and 120 days to get it. So he will not be able to do that this year, most likely. But he thought, let's get the pipe and just do it as soon as we can. So I would need a motion. I don't know if we discussed this one or not. I can't remember what all. You know, if you're comfortable with this, if you need more information, if you want to see it. But anyway, I don't know what that. He did tell me the price of the pipe. I want to say it's like over $5 a foot.
Yeah, and he
I
said,
think it was something like that.
Yeah.
he said it's a very volatile market. He said it could be up
You
or
don't
down. You
know.
don't know where it's going to go.
Yes.
It's all over the place right now.
I think it was a couple
And they
$100.
can't even guarantee the price right now
Yes.
because of that.
Yes. So,
or that they have it.
We even said, even if we order it, that pipe, we're not gonna get it for that price, it could go up or down though too.
yes, if you can get it at all. Some things there's just shortages and you simply cannot get the stuff. So if you wanna make a motion to allow him to try to get that and pay what we pay.
Do you
Do we
have?
wanna put a budget on it or no?
I don't know, it's just, it's buying the pipe, it's gonna be what it's going to be.
Is this out of
From where
COVID?
he said
It's
he
COVID
looked at
money.
it too. He said he could go 30 feet and it could be good, or it could
Yeah.
go the length of it.
Upon closer inspection,
Yeah, it's
again, we
gonna-
figured this stuff has to be close to 100 years old, so you know what the material's going to be. And in either case, it's either steel's gonna be rusted out, or you know there's roots going to be in there, it's gonna be shifted around. We figured the best shot is just to replace it, and just be done with it and avoid further damage, because if you resurface these streets and you don't deal with the drainage, you're just gonna ruin the new stuff that you put down.
That's right.
Do you wanna set 1,000 at that one? That would be about
Yeah.
right?
I don't know, you might get into trouble, so I was just thinking like 25 to 3 grand, just to
Or
be sure, but
You could, or
not
just
that
say,
we would probably spend that, but it's just,
or just
instead of
give them
coming
permission to buy it, and wherever it ends up, it ends up. It's going to be paid for out of that ARPA money, so it's not gonna affect our operating budget.
so I would just say
And
buy it then.
I
because it
would
just come out
too,
of COVID money.
that's where I'm at. We have to do this stuff, we cannot predict the price over the short term or even the availability, so I would say we have the money, let's go for it and do it.
Well, if you pay for it when you order it, will they keep the price the
Yeah,
same?
yeah, if they do that, if they lock us in,
'Cause
that would be
they
fine.
did that with the oil the other day when I
Yes.
ordered oil, even if
Yeah.
it went up.
So he
Let's
just
see.
needs, the permission to forge ahead and try to get it, negotiate the best deal that he can negotiate. I'm for letting him go, and let's do it. The storm drains are in terrible shape everywhere in Coalport. Most of them do not work. So, and we know we can spend this ARPA money on storm drains. So we're okay, we're safe there.
Right.
So if you want to do that, if you want to allow him to buy the 200 feet of pipe, I would need a motion to do that, unless you need more discussion. If not, we're all right with it, you're all right?
Alright.
All right, then I need a motion. Let's vote on it.
I'll make a motion to buy the 200 feet of pipe for, was it Lumber Alley and
From Lumber Alley down to Railroad Street,
Down
it's
Railroad
down
Street.
Walnut Street is where it is.
down one?
So he measured it to get to 200 feet. I would need a second.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that takes care of all of that. All right, then we need a motion to contract with Dean Weld for snow plowing. His hourly wage is $25 an hour, and we told him we would guarantee him a minimum of $1,200. If he never drops his blade, we're going to pay him. For one, we like his work, we want him to be pleased, we're requiring him to have good insurance. We felt he did a good job. So I want to treat him fairly, just to keep him coming back. And we asked him, we met with him, he felt that was fair, he would do it. So again, it's $25 an hour, it's guaranteed a minimum of $1,200. And you were all there for that meeting, so
Yes.
I would need a motion to contract with Dean Weld under those terms.
Do that motion.
Need a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now at this part, and this is where I'm going to probably answer your question. I'm just going to give some information here. What you want to know about Walt, he's going to retire, right? If anybody's going to heat the place. So I'm just going to give you a little picture of our situation here, and it should answer your question, hopefully. All right, where we're at, I submitted a bond claim, or we did. We gathered a lot of information. That claim is for $40,000. Now, I don't know that we're going to get 1 cent. I can't count on this coming in. But here's how we came by that figure. We found all the checks that were made out to the IRS for fines and penalties. And that came to about half of that. That was approximately $20,000. And there were penalties for failure to pay penalties. So it just kept adding up. That whole thing, again, we found approximately $20,000 of fines and penalties. On some of those, they've already contacted me. We did not have the bill from the IRS for about 8 of those, totaling $12,000. They were all written at exactly the same time in December of 2020. And so my only response to them was, Noelle made those payments and she signed those checks. The only way, and we looked all over. We looked through as much as we could in search of those bills, and we could not find them. So the only way the insurance company is going to get a definitive answer is to ask Noelle and possibly Barbie. So how that pans out, and the other part of this comes from Liquid Fuels. When we paved Spruce Street, they failed to provide the receipts to the auditor. Therefore, we had to pay that money back to Liquid Fuels. Now, you're kind of paying back yourself. The problem is Liquid Fuels money is restricted. You cannot use it for just anything. It has to be road related. So we can't pay the bills. We don't have general revenue to pay the bills. Hence, everybody here, almost everybody, has been laid off, and we're going to reduce Walt's hours. But fear not, we're going to have somebody fire the furnace, so there should be heat in this building. We won't cut Walt's hours to 0, so he'll be here to shovel the walks and keep the steps clear. So that's where we're at. And again, he's not retiring. His hours are just being reduced. So we have, and here's why we're doing that. We are right now down to $29,000 in general revenue. John and I did some crude calculations. We thought we would have $2,000 a month coming in from the earned income tax. But since our government is paying people not to work, we are only bringing in $1,200. So we're bringing in far less than what we thought. In short, we may very well run out of money here. So we're trying to cut costs right now to prevent that from happening. So I know that I'm going to have $1,200 coming in. We are going to have to meet on Wednesday and go over the numbers very, very carefully. Once you get down below $20,000, you're in a danger zone. You get big bills here, so you could start bouncing checks. Now, our revenue stream, we will not, as far as I can tell, all of our revenue has come in except that earned income tax that I just mentioned. And so we have to wait until April when real estate taxes start rolling in. So we have to make it for $30,000, which is virtually impossible. Now, we can take some money from Liquid Fuels if we have to pay, say, street lighting, which is a considerable bill. But when you take money from there to do your operating costs, it's less likely that you can do anything in the community. You can't resurface if you're using Liquid Fuels, if you're gaming the system to keep the lights on here. But that's going to be our reality. Now, next year will not be as bad as this year. This year we had $36,000 that we had to pay, $18,000 to the IRS and another 20-some thousand paid back to Liquid Fuels. We will not have to pay any money back to Liquid Fuels next year. And hopefully we are dealing with these IRS fines, but we don't get adequate feedback. We found, it's called Form 941, it doesn't matter. It's just a quarterly form that you fill out and you file with the IRS. The reason we're in this mess is there have been 16 quarters where those forms were not filed. Even though we sometimes paid the money in, those forms are key, and what they will do is they will just keep penalizing you year after year after year. Hence, we had to pay $18,000 or $20,000 to the IRS. That's impossible for us to sustain. If we do not solve that problem, this borough will not be able to remain operational. So we have to solve it. And dealing with the IRS, I'll let you tell what you found. We're taking a multi-pronged approach here. You wanted to call a local IRS.
Yeah.
Go ahead, tell them what
can't get
happened
through.
to you.
I was on with the IRS the one day quite some time ago for an hour. I held for an hour till somebody came on. But I tried to get into the office now too, and you can't. They keep making you go round and round and round, and then at the very end, it's, well, get on our website. I want to talk to a person. It's almost impossible.
And the other problem we have when you're dealing with the IRS, we cannot see these 16 quarters online. We can only see this year, only current stuff. So we sent stuff in. We found these forms that were to be filed. Mary Sue signed them. we sent them in. We don't know if they've been received properly or not, if they do the trick. We just don't know. And I'm hoping here, I don't know a whole lot about this myself. I've never been down this road, thank heavens. But as near as I can tell, every December they send us a statement. That's how we know there were 16 quarters where these forms had not been filed. I'm hoping this December we'll get some similar correspondence so we can figure out if what we've done so far has done anything. And I know I can get 2 more from talking to Catherine, the woman who helps us out, she's a tax preparer. We can do 2 more.
Is that full years?
That
Or just
will,
quarters?
So we will have then 219, 220 will be done. So I think we'll be left with maybe 9 quarters or something to go. I'm not exact. 9 quarters left that we have to find and solve. Now the other thing we also have going here, we've contacted Representative Glenn Thompson. Haven't heard anything from him as of yet. So he's trying to solve this. We are trying to solve it on our own. We are trying to also meet with somebody, but you can't meet with anybody at a local IRS office. So we're hitting this from every direction we can. We're not ignoring it. We are trying. I don't know how successful our efforts have been. I just don't know. But I do know we have to fix the problem, or the borough. Basically, you're trying to run this whole place on $100,000. If you take liquid fuels out, that's a big household income, and we're trying to run a borough with that. And when you send 20,000 of it to Washington, it's almost impossible for you to keep this place running. So anyway, that's where we're at on that. Now, did I answer your question about Walt? Go ahead.
Yes, you did. May I?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Since we're, my name is Tammy Anito,
Hi, Tim.
and hi, nice to meet you.
My
And
pleasure.
I have members of the nursery school board here with me tonight.
Okay.
The primary reason, one of the reasons we wanted to be here is because we just felt there's been a change in the guard,
Yes.
and that we would like for you to know us, and we'd like for
Yes.
you,
We'll keep you
we're-
here for
we're so
forever.
greatly appreciative of the classroom and the fact that you provide that for us. Our concern is we have been paying $100 a month rent
Yes.
for the room during the
We're
school
not
year.
coming after you.
Well, I didn't know
Yeah.
if,
No,
we
we
were
aren't.
concerned, is that gonna be raised or what's gonna
No.
happen with that?
No,
Um,
it won't solve our problems. We have to solve our problems as I described. You're doing a real community service, and we want to do the best we can to support you.
Thank you.
So we've never even thought about, nobody's ever discussed coming after you
Okay.
for more
And
money.
the other thing that we had also been doing in the past was we give a $200 donation every winter to help offset the heating costs in that room. If you need
Okay.
us to raise that or to help out somehow,
We're not going
we'll
to
be
ask you
glad.
for anything. You give what you can, and we're not going to come.
So
we're not
we're
going to ask for
okay.
any money.
That was
Yes.
we were just like,
Yes.
oh goodness,
Yeah.
what's happening.
Yeah.
The other thing, just real quick, and then I'll leave you, is I put together, Ansley, our teacher, does a really, really nice Facebook page where she shows the kids' activities, and we have an email address for the nursery school and stuff, and I didn't know if you guys would like to have that, just so that you can jump on and look sometime to see what's going on in that room and who we are. I've listed the board members for
I just
you.
watched it.
Yeah.
Some of
It's-
it
it's
the
You
other
have
day.
it then?
You have that?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well then,
All right.
do you want our,
Yeah, sure.
okay,
I definitely love to go with it.
there
Thank
we
you.
go, oops, sorry.
I
Yeah,
have a
so
question. Do you get, because we're fiddling with the mail here, thank you. Do you get your mail at a post office box?
PO
Okay.
90, yes, it's on this sheet. Mm-hmm.
And do you have I need to ask something about, you have your own phone line too, don't you?
Yes, we do.
we'll do our best to keep the doors open for you.
I
We're
appreciate that,
trying.
or we all appreciate that very
Yes.
much, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the concern we had last year, we really only ran into trouble one time. Twice, I guess. One day we had to send the kids home
It's
because
cold.
the heat just
Right,
did not.
right.
And then one day the sidewalks weren't able to get cleaned in time for them to get in, and so it was a mess.
Now, there is some work that needs to be done on that furnace to make that, apparently it's easy to heat this end of the building because the furnace is right below us and more difficult.
Mhm.
With a little bit of money, I think, what did Mike
I think it was around $150 or something, so he could do some piping or something.
If
So
that sheet could
hopefully
do something.
As long as, he went downstairs and looked at it and he said he could do ranging some kind of pipes or something to where you would probably
It's a
get most of
regulator.
it more that way than it would hit here first.
Walt
Yeah.
had mentioned something to Ansley, I guess sometime this summer, that there was a possibility there was gonna be a thermostat in there
Something
that
like
she could
that,
control.
yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're hoping we can make it
I can
a little more
recommend that
uniform
for
than it
him
is
to
right now.
look
This
into that
side's hot,
too.
that side's cold.
yeah, it is,
And that can be repaired, it's just, for us, it's a matter of money, but if it's
okay,
not too much, we'll try to do it.
perfect, I appreciate that very much, or we all do.
But same, we appreciate your good work
And I
down
won't keep
there.
up any more of your time, but it's nice to meet you
All
guys.
Thank you,
Thank you
same.
so much.
You're on camera, you can stay.
You don't have to hang around.
I was gonna
if
say,
you
you
don't.
don't have to say if you don't want to.
Yeah,
We're
don't feel-
boring, so.
yeah.
Geez.
Did you guys park over here?
Yeah,
You
you're
did.
welcome.
You
Thanks
wanna go
for
down the
coming.
hall and make a right?
Yeah,
Awesome.
and then you
Straight
can
down
go
the
straight
hall,
down
that's
the.
how we usually do it.
Thank you
you so
guys,
much.
see
You're
ya.
welcome.
I did Walt say anything to you about those colored, 9 pounds here?
No, unless you talk to Angela.
He might, but so do you wanna come look at them and see if you want any of them?
Sure.
Okay,
When's a good time to do that?
I don't know, just call me. Whenever you come up, I'll come up, even if it's in the evening, I'll just come up.
Can the Angela look at them also
Mhm.
during the day?
Mhm.
I can bring it to her attention and then we'll.
Okay, just let me know.
Look at them.
There's a couple different sizes.
Well, thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you.
So long, you're welcome.
Have a good evening, guys.
Thanks.
You too. Appreciate it.
All right, that takes us down
Out
to
to the right.
Yeah, go to the right. It's like a mystic maze in here, you never get out. Roach Hotel or something. Let me give you a blight update here. You can probably do some of that, Mary Sue. You talked to Lisa, right, about, so we have basically two properties, or she's doing title work on 2 properties?
Yeah, she did get the abstracting done on the one, but she didn't tell me which one that was on the hill.
Okay,
But she did purchase, the Clearfield Redevelopment Authority purchased Adam's old house on Main Street that's falling down onto McNally's. And she got it through a special sale, it was in what's called a repository for $400. So I guess she wasn't in today when I called for an update. Then she'll probably have to contract out to get it torn down. But what's good with the properties that she's working on here is that the people who live beside them have offered to buy them, pledged to buy them. So,
yeah,
that's where we
that
are.
gives her some revenue then that she can carry on to the next one.
Right, she knows she won't get
Yes.
out.
Right,
What
she's gonna
it's
be in a
worth.
hole with this. And that leads me to one of the properties up there. Both the redevelopment authority and DEP are involved up there, because DEP considers it a hazardous site because there's a whole bunch of tires with water in them. It's a mosquito breeding ground. I want to do something in conjunction with maybe DEP and the redevelopment authority, or just DEP, and I'll explain why. Whenever DEP came, the first thing they said was, why did the borough allow it to get to this point to begin with? So as an effort to redeem our bad image here, I would like to try to get rid of those tires. We have no money, but we can provide services in kind. We have a truck and we have a crew. I thought if we could load the tires up and take them somewhere, if DEP would pick up the financial costs, pick up the bill, we'd have at least done something jointly with them. So now I haven't explored that with them yet, but I would like to, once we find out, and you already got some of that information, how much it costs to dispose of the tires. And one was kind of, the one from down by Williamsport that would come all this way for 50 tires or something. I thought their price was remarkable. In that case,
I
that would take
researched
us
the
out of
other
the
one too, you had me do, I can't remember right now.
Bergmeyer. And that first they
He
told
didn't
me
get
they
back
didn't
to
do
me,
it.
but there was another one. I can't think, it's in on the desk, I can't think what it is.
Anyway, you know what I should probably do here is just get a motion to do something, at least explore this. I could explore it with DEP and bring back what I find. if it gets to that. I just, right now, I don't have any information. How much does it would cost DEP to get rid of
If they wanna
50
do it.
tires? That's what I need to give them.
DEP fines people,
Yes,
and sometimes if you ask them, there will be people that do demolition and do that to remediate their fines. So they will do that for you.
they're in process of doing all of that right now. I mentioned this at another meeting. The
Oh,
first
okay.
thing that
I
they
didn't hear
want
it.
to do is try to get the people that created the problem to fix the problem. But often it's very difficult to get anything out of those particular people. So it's a very slow process. Now, she was up here again. I didn't get a chance to talk to her. But the case is active, and she's trying to get the owners or the people that created the problem to fix the problem. Probably not going to happen. Basically, those people walk, they don't pay the taxes. You can fine them, they won't pay the fines, and you end up throwing them in jail. It's kind of a
Rather
mess.
serve time than probably. do
Yeah,
the
so
damn thing.
so I have to let that go to see how that plays out. But that's been in progress for quite some time. But they'll do something. I would like to do something jointly with DEP just to redeem our status somewhat with them. And again, if all we can provide is a truck and some labor and haul them somewhere, if they pick up the tab,
Did
that might be
anybody
a good
find
thing.
out if we can use the ARPA money for the cleanup day?
Oh, well, we could use that. There's something, we kind of put that off for a little bit here. We made a pretty compelling case, I thought, at least it impressed Terry, that we were saying that basically the cleanup day was canceled because of COVID. We
It
couldn't
was.
use those prisoners anymore. So that makes it legitimate. It's just, no, we are going to have to prioritize here. There's not a whole lot of money. Do we want to do a cleanup day or do we want to do our storm drains? You know, I don't know, maybe we can do both once we figure out, or a limited cleanup day, figure out how much that's going to cost us and how we're going to go about it. But I do think Mike and Walt want to put that off for a while. They just feel worked hard enough right now. They certainly don't want to do that this year.
Oh, they don't?
Not this year, which is coming because it's getting cold.
Yeah.
They want to manage it to make sure people don't, you know, if you're taking tires, they
No,
don't
we
want
have to.
garbage and all kind of stuff in there. And they just feel a lot of it will fall upon them and they would rather delay that until next year. Which already, it's already halfway through September. We're going to run out of good weather anyway, real quickly here. And we don't have all our facts together. We do have some information, right? You guys got information on how much it costs to rent a dumpster. But we can discuss that further. I mean, we're not prepared right now to take any action on the cleanup day. But it's something that's out there. And we've talked about it. We can do it. You know, we just have to prioritize how do we want to spend our money. So anyways, we'll deal with, I guess, the cleanup day at a later date. There's nothing we can do right now. All right, that takes us down to audits and bookkeeping update. I basically told you the financials are bad, so I'm not going to recover that again. I had a hard time connecting with Rich, but finally I did get to talk to his daughter, and he called and basically said by the end of the month he should have some more information for us. He said he's just working on both the audit and the bookkeeping, transitioning to here. So I'll wait till the next meeting and hope that I have more for you. I don't have anything right yet. Okay, we covered the tax problem. And as for the paving, that you didn't get any word that wasn't them?
No, I left it with the contact person,
Okay.
a message. And
Yeah.
No, that was, not Shelley Howe, somebody else was calling, cause I asked if they had anything different
Okay.
on that ARPA money. than
Okay.
that.
Yeah, and you're kind of doing some work on that, right?
Yeah.
He has all the literature to read.
Yeah, so I've been reading it.
So,
too.
yeah, so we can read through that. So again, as for the paving, as of the moment, there is no start date, and my understanding is they'll give us a week's notice. They'll give us a call and tell us
Supposed
when
to
they're
start
going to do it.
this before winter, right?
They will have to do it in October. That's when they did the
Why?
last one. There's a certain point where you're not allowed to, the state will not allow them to resurface after the end of October. So my guess is they would do the big bucks first, just to bring in the big money. This is chump change, so they'll do us at the end. And that's what they did the last time, so they'll do it. They would be in breach of contract if they didn't. You know, that'd make the state mad because the state's involved, PennDOT's involved with this. So I feel okay with it, that they're going to do that. All right, then, that takes us, I have a couple other things that are not on your agenda. Walt and Mike have been working on the streetlights. I don't know how many of them are out, and there are various problems there, but they are slowly but surely figuring out what's wrong. Some of them, I think, we'll probably have to talk to you, Mary Sue. It's coming down to the bulbs themselves. So,
Yeah, the light, he showed me.
Yeah,
They
apparently
took
it's a
picture
big,
of it.
yeah.
I told him to call Dixon's, that's all I know to do.
Okay, then yeah, he can do that.
Because the one company went out of business that we were dealing, well, they were bought out by another
Somebody
company.
else, okay. So he'll contact those people,
Yeah.
and we'll figure it out slowly but surely.
He said they're all working now but two.
Yes, and the problem there, I said, if it's too expensive, I have no idea how much that assembly will cost. That comes out of general revenue.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, if it costs too much, they're gonna stay out until next year, till we get back on our feet here, if we make it through. And the other thing, there's a homecoming parade, September 20th, right? And so you got what they needed from us.
Yes.
And the final thing on my agenda, I came down here, I said, all right, let's get this Norton antivirus off the computer. It is not on the computer. It was never on. Windows Defender is working, yet we are paying $240 a year for Norton antivirus. What would you expect, huh? So that's the deal on that.
Spend our money.
Oh, and I have one more thing. I just would like to say thank you to RES Coal Company. They delivered coal to us, and basically they helped us in our hour of need. And they know we're hurting
Yeah, I was
here.
gonna tell the nurse that it's full.
Yes.
The bin is, they said,
Yes.
totally flick it, push
Yes.
it down and get more.
Yeah, so many thanks to those people. That's all I have. Anybody have anything else? Any of you guys have anything?
Just,
Anything?
I just would like to put it out there that because Walt's the only worker, and even when there was two guys, it was hard to get at it. But people in the 5 blocks of Main Street there that was redone really appreciated if they would cut their weeds and pull them out of the sidewalk, cut them from around the trees and things, because it's not looking very well right now. So if they would just get out and take care of their own little plot, it would look a lot better. We did have the trees trimmed.
Ask
The
not
streetscape.
what your borough can do for you.
Ask
Ask what you can do for your
borough,
borough.
yeah.
And we really need that right now.
But
That's
it's
serious.
there, that was done for that, $1.3 million project. That wasn't counting the road. They need help keep it beautiful.
Then the only thing I say, we can get together on this Wednesday, and we'll go over our budget situation.
Okay.
All right, we're cool on that. Hopefully, I'll try not to let it drag on, but it is what it is. If I have any information, I can send you past budgets or something so you can see what expenditures were for what that is worth. That's it. I have nothing else. Anything else?
I don't know if you want to tell them about the, I'm not getting words out tonight, the impact drilling fee, not the impact drilling money.
Yes, I don't know anything about it. But basically what that is, it's
Oh,
money
yeah.
that we receive for drilling in the state of Pennsylvania. How they do that, they split that money into 2 buckets. Half of the money goes to the municipality that is where the well is located, and the other half is distributed evenly above to everybody. So every
Every
municipality gets something. Every and it goes through the county, and the county then
Yeah,
filters it.
PUC, then it goes to the county, and then the municipalities.
Yes, now, in past years, our bookkeeping has been such here that in 2018, I never knew we got that money until after the audit, because it never ever showed up on our finance report. And that's been our problem here.
They're supposed to
Forever.
distribute it
Now, what
In
I
July.
don't know, when?
in July. from what they collected from last year.
Okay, now I saw nothing. Now, this past year it would have been very low. There wasn't much drilling, but right now drilling has picked up immensely. So now, here's what I never know this. Are we eligible? Are we ineligible due to the mess that we've
I
got
didn't think of that
ourselves
being
in?
red flagged. I never thought.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's on the computer. She looked it up for me, and she found Coalport, and it was $400 and some. I have it on the
Yes,
document.
you told me that, so I know it wasn't much anyway. Now in
What it's
2018, just to give you a little comparison there, we got $5,000. Yes, and this year, and I didn't know it till the audit was done. It never showed up on the book, so I'm asking, did we get this? You know, here you never know. You just don't know until we get good bookkeeping. We're guessing. So anyway, not a meaningful amount will come in anyway, and I don't think we got it. We'd have to look through the bank statements. That's all we have at this point to figure those things out. And I can't figure out any other source of revenue that will come in here between now and the end of the year.
That's something they wouldn't just write a check, would they?
It would,
Direct
most of our
deposit?
stuff would be,
It should have been on
Direct
direct
deposit.
yeah, but
kind of
even if
thing?
it was a check, she would have then received it, should have gotten it by now and deposited it.
Yeah, but even deposit, we're gonna have to go through all
I
those
got the
bank
PUC's
statements.
number, so I'll have to call them now. I feel like Sherlock Holmes.
But anyway, our situation is dire. And we're gonna have to make some hard choices here to get through this year.
You do some fundraisers.
Yeah, there you
Not
go.
allowed.
Bake sale, I know.
Not allowed.
Not allowed.
Is that Title 13? That,
I don't know if
for the drilling?
impact fee. I'm not sure if it is. I actually don't know.
Okay.
I've looked that up before, but I can't pull that information up right now.
Thank you.
But I know I sure would like to get it, and I think we've already received money from Comcast, right? They usually give us $5,000, and that
I don't know.
we should look and see if we received that. That could be the one source of money that would come in here late.
Do they do that yearly?
Yes, and they have a contract to give us $5,000.
Oh, okay, that's because they, okay. I don't remember, I'll have to look.
All right. I guess we should, which is boring work. It means we have to look through. I don't know how fast we can do that, going through the bank statements to find those things out. Because we need to know if we have any other sources of revenue coming in here.
There's still a lot of taxes that aren't collected yet. So
Will that help us
I
this
can give
year?
you. Oh, it should if the people would pay. I mean, I can give you a report the next time, or I can email it to you tonight.
Yeah. You don't know off the top of your head or ballpark what's come in so far.
No,
You're talking real estate taxes.
Yeah, we've only received about 2/3 of the amount of money that's due the borough. And a lot of wait until next year, and then
Right.
they get those white cards. And I don't know why they would do that. I was stupid to do that years ago.
So third,
And and I paid
Well, that would
a
be
fine of
$18,000.
$500. So over,
if that stuff started trickling in, that would bail us out right there.
well, there's money there. And you and I spoke this morning about multiple people are not on the, and it's not big amounts of money.
Right, but you're getting them on the tax rolls. That won't help
I am
us this
slowly.
year.
I am slowly doing an audit of people, and I've asked the ones who, and I've gotten help from those that have rental property. They give the names
Of
and
the
addresses
tenants, right.
of the tenants, and actually, the law states that they are required to do that.
Yes.
So.
Well, that source will come in next year, and it's $5 a head, so it won't be a lot. But
Yeah,
that real estate taxes, if there's a third, that'd be roughly $18,000 or something coming in.
I would say there's pretty close to that.
That would bail us out right there if some of that stuff started to roll in.
But
And see, again, without a finance report, I could tell you what month and how much would come in, but we're flying blind here is what's going on now. Well, if there's nothing else, I need a motion to adjourn.
There you go.
Oh, the bills. Need a motion to pay the bills. We've
I
got to pay
motion to pay the bills.
You just love that, don't you?
I
Pay those
know.
bills.
I forgot to write it
Yeah.
down.
Where's the second house on this bike list?
One of the two up there, but we don't know which one.
What two up there?
Well, the two right next to me. Did you know Marge's and Kenny's?
Yeah.
Though it would be one of those two, and we're not sure which one. So I don't know. And the other one would be the Adams property on Main
Yeah, I
Street.
knew about the Adams property.
Yeah. So that would be it. And again,
There's, I think, I tell you before, 6 or 8 on the list. This one's one of them over here, across the street. One by him, well, and 2 by you.
no, she's not. They're on her list, but that's not the priority.
No,
yeah, they're just
not yet.
because she has Du Bois and
Yeah,
Clifton all over the county, right?
Yeah, she takes care of the whole county with
Yeah,
this.
so we're very fortunate that she's aiming at 2 of them right here in Coalport. So that's a good deal for
But
Coalport.
next time anybody goes by from when you're going south, slow down right in front of McNaldy's or stop if you can and look up. Those bricks are laying on each other. They're not even fastened up
Right,
on the
right.
roof that goes like this. So they're laying on each other like that, and some are just falling
Yeah,
down.
it'd be
every now
better
and
to
then.
go up and just push them down. Then they're down when nobody's
She
under
said
there.
one almost hit her when she was coming up around the house one day.
Yeah,
She just walked by and plopped behind her in the grass.
I see a pile of bricks right in front.
yeah,
that one
yeah.
day
They
I
constantly
knew
fall
somebody-
off. I'd be inclined to knock them out of
I don't
there.
know, can we put some yellow tape in front?
They
just
did.
for-
There was. I don't know. Is it gone or was
Is it gone or?
That's those crosswalk signs
Yeah.
there, so you,
Yeah, it keeps you off the sidewalk.
It's still there.
We looked down there at Shirley's.
It's caving
Yes.
in.
Yes. Yeah.
The walls are
Yes.
buckling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the building that's attached to me, if they would put that in sheriff's sale, I would buy it and I would demo it myself. So
Yeah, there's
I
a lot of
offer
that.
that.
That's kind of what I'm doing up there. I'm willing to finance some of it. The deed, there's a limit.
And you can't take them. Lisa can't go in and do anything about them if even though it's vacant and
Right,
stuff,
if the
if the
taxes are
taxes are
paid,
paid
right.
on it.
They're not paid.
Okay,
I
but I mean,
know it.
some are.
Yeah, some
And
are.
Only,
I mean,
only when
that-
they go back a certain,
And I think that's the case with Shirley's. He's talking about the taxes
Yeah.
are paid,
yes, they are.
so it presents
Yeah.
a problem.
Taxes is paid on.
Yes.
I've been on a tax sale list.
Yeah, so that
Do
actually
anything.
presents a problem.
Yeah,
In
there's
fact,
only
they are.
He hasn't paid.
4
What's that?
properties in
He
Blur.
hasn't
that's up
paid.
for
And
taxes.
is it-
Has
is
not
it
this
2
year,
years
has
over?
not. But
No.
it would take 2 years
Minimum.
before it would.
Well, I think that's happened already.
She was with me this summer, and on the list, they were up to date. We went around town and looked at all the places. She just wasn't sure about wolves because she didn't have that on. So I took her to show her, the one that
Yeah.
burned.
So if he's not paying this year, we have to hope the same happens next year. Of course, that doesn't mean we can do anything anyway. Do you know what I mean?
But then you're still running a problem with that one that burnt down there.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
wolves.
but
smart.
yes.
But I
That
thought-
one-
Now, I heard, I don't know, I thought that was still under Jeff's name.
No,
No.
It's not?
no.
Okay, then I was misinformed.
Yeah, that was finalized and it was in Mark's name.
Okay,
Yeah, so that again, it presents a problem. All of these, there's so many blighted properties in this community.
Yeah.
Peg added them up one time. She said 30. I didn't know if that was right or not. I don't know what.
There's 12
criteria.
just on Main Street.
Yeah, that was the whole borough, I guess.
Yeah, so it's a problem. It's a nightmare.
One day, that's when I started bringing this up. I walked from Wilkes, clear down Leo's, and then my wife and I, we could count them.
Yeah.
Between Leo's and Wilkes, there's 12
Yep.
blight buildings.
Now, Anderson's, somebody did buy the old factory for $400, $300 or $400.
$234.
And he's putting stuff in it, and there's still a huge hole in the
The
roof.
roof, yeah. Yeah.
He's looking at it right now.
yeah, he was there.
So I don't
He was putting a new
understand
roof
that.
on the back of it today.
That's where again the ordinances come in. That if he's going to buy it, then fix it.
Right. And maybe he is. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
He started putting He said he was putting cars in it. Is
Well,
that
you
what
said he was putting a roof, didn't you just say that?
On the back end.
He
of
wasn't
it today.
fixing the roof, he was putting a new part of the roof on.
Okay, all right. Well, that's a problem we're certainly not going to solve tonight.
Both the Anderson properties, the one next to the Pizza King, the one at the south end of town. That garage.
Pizza was down now. Some more of it fell in the back.
It what?
In the
Some
back.
more of that garage that fell out
Yeah.
in the back of some more of it fell in.
Yeah, there's nothing holding it. It's gonna fall.
No, there isn't.
Well, that,
Did we motion?
you don't wanna be a code enforcement officer, do
Pushing
you?
to
Huh?
pay the bills.
You don't wanna be the new code enforcement officer, do you?
Not really.
Not really.
I'm not trained for it.
Neither am I. All right. What's that?
Are you looking for a code
Yeah,
enforcer?
yeah, if somebody wants to come forward, volunteer some time to be code enforcement officer, we've got the ordinances.
I don't
Just need to-
volunteer time. Last time I volunteered time, I spent 4 years in service.
All right,
I don't volunteer no more.
you learned your lesson. What-
Right.
All right, I guess we need a motion. Are we done?
Did we?
She moved
Oh,
to pay the bills.
Pay the bills, need a second to pay those bills.
I'll second to pay them.
All in favor? Aye,
Aye.
all right. I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn.
I
Was that you
motioned
that made the first?
Yes.
We never finished with that. We should have.
Yes,
got
but,
on.
I did the first one.
Okay.
Need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Need a second.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.